Hello.
Hello. I think you've got quite a lot of fans in the audience this evening, guys.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Now, you have been together as a band for a long time now, haven't you? Is it, what, 13 years? 13 years?
Yeah, 13 years.
Okay. So how did you originally get together?
We just become friends on the audition circuit and decided to form a band, and then that's how Blue grew. And then Lee come, and then Simon joined the band sort of late on, and then it just felt right.
So all of you always knew that you wanted to be musicians right from the start, or was there any other career option in mind?
We've all decided, you know, from when we were little that we were going to get into this business somehow, whether it be acting or singing or whatever. But we were lucky that we found each other, and we've been together for like 13 years, which is more than a lot of marriages these days.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, was there instantly a bond between the four of you? Did you just click?
I think there was a mutual respect. That's why we click so much, and that's why they never listens to me when I'm talking.
Yeah, look, they're misbehaving
You
now.
having your own conversation over there, yeah? Am I disturbing you?
It's because we've got respect.
We got respect.
Yeah, exactly.
Respect the
Simon,
elders.
Just hear people go,
Respect your elders, man.
No, I've heard
when
people-
man are talk, listen.
I like that. That's how you keep them in line. There's so many boy bands come and go, but as you mentioned, you've been together. What do you think it is that's kept you guys together, and why?
The
do you
fans.
The fans. But
Because no, seriously.
Yeah.
Without their dedication and the way that they've followed us since day one. I mean, look, the familiar faces over there. They've got some of them got their own kids. Look at all these guys.
A lot of fans we've known since we were kids. Like, I was 16
Laura.
when I joined the band. I was
Yeah, I
16
know,
years
I
old.
can't believe
But a lot of the bands, I'm gonna have another drink. And basically, you know, have grown up with us, right? We grew up together.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
That's the way we feel.
oh, you've got some pretty high-profile fans too, though. I mean, Elton, Stevie. How did that come about? Did they? Who approached who?
Well, for the sorry seems to be the hardest word. The genius in the band,
AKA
Lee,
Okay.
came up with the idea to cover the song. Sorry seems to be, and he basically went in that night and did the demo. He brought it into Hugh Goldsmith, who was MD at the time, and he loved it. And because, you know, I mean, would you want to say that this was one of the album's biggest hits, would you? You know, no, it was one of them songs that kind of everyone knew, but it wasn't one of the big hits anyway. And basically, Hugh came up with the idea for Sir Elton to basically play the piano.
Yeah.
So we all went into the studio, we came along, and while he was playing, he turned around and he went, well, I think, you know, you boys are amazing. I really loved All Rise. I thought that was the best album of last year. Would you mind if I sang?
You said, don't mind if I do help.
What are you
Why
talking
not?
about? I slapped him and said, get your ass up there, man. Of course.
He loved it.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Going back to Lee's point, you were 16 when you joined, and you were all pretty young. I think it was sort of between 16 and 21.
22.
22.
Let's tell the truth now. Back then, we were told to say you was a year younger, innit?
Yeah, man.
So
But you lot don't care now, do you?
it's
Yeah. We were 22.
fair enough.
But
You
our
were
pop
22.
age was 21.
Still a boy band. It's fine.
You know, what I find nowadays is that, you know, you've got great shows like The X Factor and The Voice, and they're bringing through some fantastic bands and singers. But we grafted the old way. We went to universities. I mean, I remember going to Leeds University with Elaine and getting bottled and all that, and it was just the fun of it. Just like, it was the buzz. It was that, just building that fan base every now and again. I remember we did that. You remember we did that youth club in Basingstoke?
Yeah, with the other boy band. Oh my God, yeah.
Never was, mate.
No,
Yeah, shocking.
That was an eye opener.
It's a good grounding, though.
It's
isn't it,
grounding.
putting
It
it that
was.
way?
We used to share
That's what I'm
bedrooms and
saying.
everything. Like, we always used to have to, like, share rooms with each other, and it would be like, it would be like, who's going to share a lead?
Yeah.
And that was always me.
Lee, why? Why did they sort of
makes
single
out
you
like
out?
No, because he would wait.
He makes
you would
out
wait-
like he makes out like he's not messy.
No, I wasn't talking about the mess. I was talking about what you were doing in your sleep.
Well,
What did I do? Oh, yeah.
my God.
No, yeah. What did I do in my sleep?
So basically, whoever got to share with Lee, you never really knew what kind of a night you were going to get. Because he's quite a restless sleeper. So one night, I'm fast asleep, Lee's next to me, and we've got single beds, all right, before you start
Push
putting
together.
2 and 2 together, yeah. So I hear this banging, like really violent banging, and I kind of wake up like, what's going on? and Lee's sleeping, and he's just hand against the headboard like that. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like,
Oh, he does weird
Lee,
things.
he's fast asleep. He was just
So
hitting in his sleep.
Maybe in my dream the like microwave wasn't working or something.
Maybe. But
Those
Lee,
are the days,
you
though.
well, I bet. But Lee, you actually had quite a reputation with the ladies as well. But were you just behaving like any normal
It's
16-year-old
all
boy
lies.
would? It's all lies.
It's all lies.
Yeah, you're actually very well behaved.
They made it up.
I was going to say, are you now more restrained and more focused? Is this the new grown-up
Restrained.
Blue? Yeah.
Restrained
It's one
in
way
a
of putting
straight
it,
jacket.
isn't
I'm
it?
restrained. No.
Yes, you are.
You're still the same.
No, you know what? I still like having fun. We all still like having fun. We're not like we've
not
got our slippers
boring.
on.
No.
You know, we're not. I think the thing is we're still young enough to go out and have a laugh, but we've got a different angle of where we're coming from with
Yeah.
the band now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
What
you
do you
can-
say? What's all the hecklers saying? I've grown up.
He's mature
Have I grown
now.
up? No, I've not grown up. Tell me, have I grown up? No, I ain't grown up.
We've always been like a bit of a naughty boy band. We
Yeah.
were never like clean cut or well behaved.
Well, that's the thing, and I think now even more so because of X Factor and programs like that. But well, boy bands are just they're too going back to the word restrained. They can't be themselves. They can't have their own personalities.
Well,
I wouldn't say personalities. I think it's, sorry to interrupt you there. I think it might have a lot to do with the fact that they're scared to be themselves so soon.
I think I was a deterrent for a lot of them.
Yeah. It's like, there's the boy band blueprint.
I think they that
Ryan.
I'm not going to end up like him.
These days, like, because of the X Factor, because of all these programs, you have to be so careful what you say and what you do.
do, yeah.
And because people get so easily offended, obviously, because of Twitter and everything else. So
Yeah.
you get the feedback straight away.
Now, in 2005, you went on a break, didn't you? And who's
it took about 8 years.
It took. But well, that must have been weird
It was
for
a
you.
Kit Kat.
It was a Kit Kat break. But it must have been weird because you're used to this lifestyle as a boy band where everything's scheduled. You're told you're here at this time, photo call at that time, gig at this time, and all of a sudden you go, you're on your own. And how do you deal with that?
It was odd.
I don't know, Ant.
Yeah, I mean, it was odd.
Lee, behave yourself.
What is that?
What is that?
It's just Coke. It's Diet Coke.
Coke Zero.
Anthony, where were we?
Yeah, so it was a shock because obviously you fight for all your teenage years to get into a band and you work hard with the boys and you enjoy it and you travel the world, you meet some great people, great fans and work with fantastic people and all of a sudden it all stops and then I'm at home watching fucking Jeremy Kyle, do you know what I mean? And it was a shock
good.
to the system for all of us. But the lads had fantastic solo careers and that. My music career went as well as an Arsenal fan at Tottenham.
But you did musical theatre. You were
No,
in Blood Brothers
I went
for a
the other
year.
way. I went
Yeah.
musical theatre. I did a show down the road called Blood Brothers. and-
Yeah, it's a big show.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
He was amazing. He was absolutely amazing.
So that's, I'd love to go maybe one day in
You'd
years,
like-
maybe go back.
Well, actually, I think everyone, apart from, I don't think Lee, you haven't done any musical theatre, have you?
No,
But-
because I'd probably get kicked out of it because you have to turn up on time, and
You
I'm not good at that.
Yeah, you have to be very disciplined.
No, he
but
even said, you
these
said
guys
that, innit?
did.
You said, I'd be really good
Yeah.
at doing it, but I probably wouldn't turn up on time, so
Well, you can't have all the audience waiting all night, But you were in Sister Act, Simon, and Duncan, you were in Legally Blonde, amongst other things.
Amazing, both of them, by the way.
Yeah,
Amazing.
they were brilliant. It's very different, I think, isn't it,
Yeah,
from
it is
gigging?
different. I think for myself personally, I mean, it's something that I never thought I'd be able to do. The first person I saw doing it was actually Duncan doing Chicago.
Yeah.
And at first I looked at him and I was like, "There's Duncan from Blue, my bandmate." And then about 5 minutes later, I forgot who he was. He was
Yeah.
actually the character. What was his name? Mr. Flynn, Billy Flynn. And I was like, he's actually
Yeah.
really good actually, and then I thought to myself, what might having a go at this? And obviously Sister Act came up, Whoopi Goldberg came over and says, "Yo, Sam, man, how would you like to come along and play a little bit?" I was like, "Yeah, what's
You
up?"
can't say no to Whoopi, can you?
bad.
No. And it was fantastic. And Legally Blonde as well. You became really close to your co-star Sheridan Smith, didn't you?
Have we got any Sheridan fans in here?
She's lovely, as Sheridan.
Shezza's wicked.
Do you know what? It was really nice to do that show because Chicago was a show that was running for years and years and years. They kind of do lots of people coming in and out, but Legally Blonde was a brand new show. And the discipline for a brand new show was like 1,000 times more strict than it was Chicago. So I kind of was in thinking it was going to be like doing Chicago, but it was so strict. It was like being at school.
Yeah.
We would get notes, we would get, if you were 2 minutes late for the call, you'd get like in trouble.
That's why I never would have
You
worked.
couldn't cope, Lee.
Because I didn't work in school.
But you're a budding chef, though, he is, isn't he? You were on Come Dine With Me and all
me and Lee lived
sorts.
together, and I come home last night, and there was like all this salmon cooked, and it was beautiful. There was like proper like come home to like Chef Ryan
Like
in
a
my
good,
house.
good wife. And you're all parents as well, aren't you now? You sort of, so that is growing up, essentially.
Yeah, definitely.
And so do you manage to see, how do your kids react to you being in a boy band
Well,
on telly?
we was on Daybreak today, and my little boy rung me up, and he's only 4, and he said, "Daddy, I was laughing because you looked like you was doing a poo when you were singing." And because when I hit all them high notes, my veins come out my neck, and he was apparently sitting there going, "Daddy looks like he's doing a poo."
So obviously you're back in the spotlight now. And whose decision was it to reform and to get involved with the big reunion? I mean, was that your
Pretty
doing?
much Mr. Webb. I mean,
You're sorting these boys out, aren't you,
No,
sir?
it is. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice being out there. I missed the boys. I think they all felt the same way. But you know, when it's that funny conversation of, is it going to happen? Because we got so much respect for each other. We love each other so much. It was, you know, you don't want to interrupt anybody's lives or anything like that. But you know, it was, boys, do we want to do this? Are we going to do it ourselves? And we took the hard route, and you know, we named the album Roulette because we decided to put it all together ourselves and took a massive risk and took a gamble. And here we are now, speaking to you guys. So, you know, the album's out next week, so...
And the single's out today.
Single's
the
out
single
today.
is in
Single's out
stores
today,
today. Yeah.
Who's bought the single, by the way?
Who's bought it?
There's not enough hands in the back here. But,
Put your hands up.
Even if you haven't got it, just put your hand up.
that would help us in the back, get us at least to about 102.
Do you know what though? For Blue, it's always been about albums. You know, we've been really lucky that we've always been an album selling
We're
band.
at 40, by the way.
Yeah.
We've been an album selling band, and I think that I think for us, we've been very grateful that every album we've had's been a #1 album. And, you know, that's thanks to all you fans out there who've
Exactly,
gone and
thank you.
supported it. And we've had a real massive plug from Radio 2, who's been fantastic on this campaign,
They're
really
on
supported
board.
us.
Yeah.
And we did Graham Norton show the other day, didn't we? Which was good.
Oh, did you have fun?
He's great, Graham.
But you did the big reunion as well, so let's chat a little bit about that. Now, when you first appeared on it, because of course you came in at a later stage, and some people were quite negative about that, weren't they? Why do you think the other bands reacted in that way?
It's just
Yeah,
TV. I mean,
yeah.
at the end of the day, we played up for the camera as everyone else did. And
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it made great TV. It's a great TV show. There's going to be another series that's coming out where there's going to be the other bands that are coming back back into the industry. And I think we're just glad to be a part of the first part of that show. And even if we came in late, we still was a different twist on the show, and everyone enjoyed us coming in. And
Yeah, they did.
It's been a great platform for us to come back in the UK. And you know, the fans have, you know, grown up with us, and a lot of the fans have now woke up and gone, "Oh yeah, I used to love Blue," because a lot of the fans have grown up, and you know, they're married, got kids, same as us, and it's like they're now in our same kind of age bracket, and they still remember the songs, and they remember our voices, and they remember that they, you know, good times that came from their youth, if you know what I mean. So, and I suppose that, you know, we've got a new album. We're going to be doing this album. We're going to be doing another album. We're going to be doing another album after
Exciting
that. We're going to be doing loads of tours. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you announced
we're
a tour
back.
this
We're
morning,
back.
didn't you? Yeah.
Officialblue.com. You can check out all of it.
Officialblue.com.
Yeah.
And you're all looking after your sort of own management. You're taking the reins this time as
We've
well.
got a
aren't you?
manager, Mr. Paul Bailey,
He's
in the
here,
room.
yes, Paul.
Brah, 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 brah.
Famalam.
I've got to say, Paul, you've been a blessing. Thank you
have.
so much for organising everything, organising our lives to the extent that it's at right now.
And he's a very handsome manager as well, is our Paul.
And you're going to perform a few songs right now as well.
Yes, we'd love to. Can we get a sing?
Yes.
Thank
Sing.
you.
Please give a round of
Thank you
applause
very much.
for
It was a great
Ben.
interview. Thank you very much.
Amira, thank you.